you guys, Lady Rochelle here, author and founder of Warriors Talk, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is the special edition of Warriors Talk, 31 Days of Breast Cancer Awareness Facts, in recognition of Breast Cancer Month for the entire month of October. So we are on day 19. Yes. So we're on day 19 that I have been giving you these facts. And I'm so excited that you guys keep coming back to listen. And tonight we're going to talk about offering someone support. So someone who is dealing with cancer, there are ways that you can help them, ways that you can support them without, invading their space. So if you have a friend or a loved one that has cancer and you're wondering about, different ways that you can support them, and, you want to make sure that the support that you give is going to be effective, it's not going to be intrusive to them, and, they're going to appreciate it. So we're going to go with 5 ways that you can offer support to someone who is dealing with cancer. But the first thing you need to do is you need to prepare yourself, right? You need to take time to prepare yourself. And in taking time to prepare yourself, that's if they have already told you like what type of cancer they have, then at that point, try to learn about it. And you're not learning about it so that you can go to them and be like, yeah, I learned this and I learned that, and so had this cancer, and this is what happened to them. That's not the purpose of you learning about the cancer. So the purpose of you learning is just so you can be understanding when they are talking to you about it. You're not clueless about it when they're telling you about it, right? You can really sit there and really understand what it is that they're going through. So you're going to have to process beforehand, what the diagnosis is, and learn about the diagnosis so that, again, you're not looking clueless when you're talking to them. Think about it from your friend's perspective. So remember about a time when you felt sick and you felt scared and you didn't know what was going on. Think about your friend and what's to come. They're going to be losing weight. They're going to be fatigued. They're going to lose their hair. So just try to think about, the friend's appearance and how it's going to change, and try to prepare yourself for that. Try to make sure that, in your mind, you're telling yourself, I can't put myself in my friend's shoes, but I can try to think about, what's going to happen to them, and just try to be, sensitive to what it is that they're going to go through. Another thing that you can do to prepare yourself is ask permission. Don't just do things without asking them, because they may not want the help. Sometimes they don't want the help. So I would say before you do anything, clear it with them first. Hey, is it okay if I send DoorDash over there tonight? I just wanted to, support you, and so you won't have to cook. Is it okay if I pick the kids up from school? Don't just do it without asking them. So, ask them first before you do anything. Before you even make plans with them, let them know, hey, this is what I was thinking about doing. And don't be afraid to make future plans with them. Don't just say, oh, we're not going to talk about, the trips that we used to go on because, now you have cancer and we don't know if you're going to make it or not. No, sit there and make future plans with them as well, so that, they still feel included. They still feel like, things are semi-normal, but don't make them feel left out if you're making plans. You can also just be flexible with them as well, because they may, you may make some plans and they may be like, oh, I can't make it. Plans are subject to change, right? So just be flexible with them, knowing that, there may come a time where they may have to, say, hey, I can't go because they're not feeling like it. Laugh together. There are so many different comedies out here, things that, on the internet, YouTube, that you can look up and you could just have a day of laughter. Just have a marathon to where, they don't have to think about the illness or anything, but you're just constantly laughing that day. Just have a comedy laugh-a-thon for a day. Just do a marathon with your friend, just to relieve some of the energy, some of the tension that they have to face with cancer. And just allow for them to be sad. Allow for them to have their time to where they want to be sad. Give them that, but don't allow them to stay in it, because we know if they stay in it too long, then they will become depressed. And then offer them the help. Don't just, say, hey, I'm going to help you, and then you don't do it, but actually tell them, okay, what is it that you need help with? And then offer to help them, follow through on it, because, although they may, be like, oh, I don't need the help, they may try to be strong, but they need the help. And so any little thing that you can do, do it. And also check in with them. Don't let a lot of time go past and you have not checked in with your people. Check in with them and say, hey girl, I was thinking about you today. Hope everything is okay. Do you need anything? I was just running to the store. Check in with your people to see how they're doing, to see how treatment is going. And let them know that you care, and then follow through on whatever it is that you say that you're going to do. Treat them the same. Don't treat them with kid gloves on. Nobody wants to be treated like that. Treat them the same way that you treated them. Just know that they're dealing with a illness. They're fighting, cancer. But you don't have to treat them, in a bad way. You don't have to treat them as though they're contagious. You don't have to treat them like, they about to fall off the face of the earth tomorrow. So, don't do that. And then bring up other conversations other than cancer. Don't just sit there and talk about cancer all the time, quizzing them and asking them questions all the time. They don't want to sit there and talk about it all the time. Again, treat them how you treated them before. Because believe me, they're going to notice. If you're not treating them the same way, they are going to notice that you're not treating them the same way. So make sure that, you're not, treating them with those kid gloves. So that was the first way, was to prepare yourself when you're supporting someone with cancer. And the second way is to know what to say, because a lot of times, believe it or not, people just don't know what to say. And this is a big thing with people with cancer, because people, I think they really mean well, but they just don't know what to say. And sometimes if you don't know what to say, just don't say nothing at all. Just give them a hug or something. Just be like, hey, I care about you. Oh, hey, I was thinking about you today. You can even say, I am so sorry that this happened to you. I'm here for you in whatever way you need me, but don't be like, girl, what kind of cancer you got? What stage is the cancer? Girl, what kind of treatment? Don't do that chemo, girl. It's going to kill you. Girl, you're going to lose your hair. Like, so many people, just don't know what to say. So they say just the darndest thing. So just don't. If you don't know what to say, please don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. But don't tell them, girl, don't worry. Just don't worry. Don't worry. That's easy said than done. So you don't want to tell them that. Don't ask them, girl, how long do you have? And and believe me, people say these things, because I had people say them to me, and I just was like, or don't tell them, I know how you feel. Because you don't know. And, oh, girl, I'm sure you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. People, I'm telling you, people say the darndest thing. And sometimes just hug them. Or if you don't know what to say, buy them a card, let the card say it for you, or don't say anything at all. Or again, treat them like you treated them before. Don't treat them any different. And just remember that there's different ways that you can communicate with a person. So you don't have to necessarily, talk. Again, you can buy a card, you can send them a funny video to make them laugh. But, just be creative in the way that you communicate with them. So the third way that you can offer help or support to someone who's going through cancer is to offer practical help. And practical help means that, you don't have to do nothing really big and extravagant. You can help them with chores around the house, or you can pay a housekeeper to come in and do it for you. You can, again, cook dinner and have it dropped off, or you can order dinner, or you can go to online at Walmart or Target, and you can order them groceries and they will deliver them to the house. You can offer to babysit the kids so they can just have a night of just rest. You can pay for them to go to a spa. You can, or come help them organize their cabinets or the closet. This little practical help that you can do, where it really won't cause you anything. Drive them to their treatments, pick them up, just little things that you can do. Go get their prescription. So make sure that, if you offer them help, that you follow through, because they're going to remember. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, she said she was going to help me. I ain't seen her since I got diagnosed. Seriously. So the fourth way that you can offer some support to someone who's dealing with cancer is to form a support team. And this is so that you are not running around trying to do everything yourself. You don't have to. Don't wear yourself out when you can just, like, if you know some of the friends and family, you can get together and say, hey, let's put together a calendar, and on this calendar it'll have so we'll cook this day, so and so pick up the kids, so and so go get the prescription, so you all, so and so go sit with her and watch comedy or whatever. So you all have different days that you do stuff, or different weeks that you do stuff, and then this way, people are not being worn out because they're trying to stretch themselves too thin. So I would encourage you to get a support system, get a calendar to where you all can share the calendar, like a Google Calendar or something, and just come up with ways that you can meet the needs of this person, without, again, being intrusive, but just being helpful and supportive, so that they won't have to use their energy on things that just really so simple. And so the fifth thing that you can do if you have a person that's dealing with cancer and you want to support them is to remember that friendship makes a difference. Continue to be their friend. Continue to be there for them. Don't, let a lot of time lapse before you, again, check in on them, check up with them. You can send them something if you don't want to go over, because sometimes people, they don't want to be around sick people. They just, it's something about sick people that does something to people, and they don't want to be around you. So if you don't want to, always be around, then send them some flowers, send them some balloons, send them if they can eat, send them an edible arrangement, little things like that. Send them a magazine subscription, or a magazine that they like. Buy them a book, have it delivered to the house, buy them some new pajamas or something, but let them know that you care. Start an email with them where y'all going back and forth on the email, even a group text where you have the different people in there, to where somebody's sending out something inspirational every day or something like that. Just not just to that person, but everybody's getting it, again, so they can feel included. It's many different ways that you can support someone who's dealing with cancer, but the main thing is to be patient and to be compassionate, and to know that although they're dealing with cancer, they're still the same person. And if they were your friend before or your loved one before, they're the same person. So treat them the same way, but just be there for them if they need your extra added support. So what did you take away? What is your takeaway from today, from supporting someone who may be dealing with cancer? Hey Tracy, thank you for tuning in, girl. What is your takeaway today? If you know someone who's dealing with cancer, and you've been wanting to help, think of some ways that you can help that person. Think of some ways that you can make their load a little bit lighter, so that, they know that you care, and, you don't have to be, all, in their space, but, just little things really matter to let somebody know that you care, so write down a list, or go on the internet and look up some ways that you can help someone or support someone that's going through cancer, and let them know that you love them and you care, and you know what? You're going to get through this. So, just the little things that you can do. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the special edition of Warriors Talk, 31 Days of Breast Cancer Awareness Facts in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, we're on day 19, so I'm so excited that we got all the way to day 19. So join me tomorrow as we talk about, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be day 20, which means we're going to have, a little bit to go. So please join me next, tomorrow night, actually. And I just appreciate you guys taking the time out. But what you can do for me, actually, if you want to help out, share, like the video, invite somebody to watch this video. You never know who may be dealing with cancer, or who may have a loved one dealing with cancer, and all they need is a little extra added support. So this is Warriors Talk, author and founder Lady Rochelle, where we are changing lives one warrior at a time. See you tomorrow.